I remember Snow had hit me up, and I guess she was in album mode, and she just wanted a lot of beats. And she hit me up on Instagram. We communicate a lot through Instagram.
Hola, sick with it. Do you have any beats? Like, I want something like dope, concept wise.
Porque yo tengo el yo no sé cuá, flow que mata, el que tira a mí me vale critica. Yo soy la fucking mexicana, muy honesta la chava.
Man, I've been making music since I was young. Always had a love for it, but I'd say I probably started really dabbling, um, probably sixth grade. I was in band. I was in the percussion section, and that was like my first introduction, probably to real music, learning how to read it, playing it. My style's sick, bro. Like, you know what I like to do? I like to fuse sounds. I came up with the term fusion a long time ago for my particular style because I had a lot of people always asking me, what is your style? And I just like all genres of music. So, there's gonna be times where you hear me infuse a little bit of like trap or a little bit of EDM or even some boom bap. It just really depends on the mood or the style of song that I'm trying to create. Man, I linked up with Snow back in 2014. I had won a contest, and I was flown out to actually meet her for the first time. And that's when she was signed to Atlantic. And we got in the studio there at Atlantic Studios, and that was like the first introduction. That was my first major placement, and that's kind of where it all started. I wanted something high energy. She likes like either like R&B stuff or like just turn up stuff. And for this particular beat, I just wanted to come out with some energy, something that I felt like will get the crowd moving, some heads banging. She knows how to spit, and she doesn't hold back. I have been dying to get her on a track where she does her thing in Spanish. And when I heard it, and I heard the Spanish part of it, and then I got the final, I was like, oh, this jams. I started this particular beat off with a loop idea from the homie Jules Jaden. So right off the bat, I was like, man, it's got some energy. Like I can feel this going. So like I said, I wanted this to be like more of into the club. So I sped it up a little bit. I wanted to soften it and create space for the vocal. So what I did is I added a filter, I added a gate. After I did that, I was like, okay, cool. And that's just a loop. It was a 2-track loop, but I wanted to go in and add some plucks to it. So I actually added a kalimba pluck. And then I layered it with another pluck. It's called a log tone pluck. That I felt like brings it out. You have the low filter loop with the plucks on top. I had this loop from the Snaristotle 2 sound pack. Not only did I speed it up, but I chopped it up significantly. So this is what it actually sounds like. And then I just added kick and snare and a little bit more hi-hat to it. And then I found this really cool sample from my boy Freddie Bruno, and I went and chopped it up. He actually has in his pack, it sounds like a restaurant. So I took that and I chopped it up, I pitched it a little bit, and this is what my version of it sounds like. Stuff like that just kind of adds a little bit of texture and ambiance to the beat. When I wanted the drums to come in, I didn't want all the drums to hit at one time, so I started off with like with a clap and some hi-hats. And then, man, I got one more instrument. I ended it off with my 808s. I actually made them short and choppy just to complement the kick drums. And then like when the pitch changes on the sample, I made longer drawn out 808s. And that's the final ingredient, man. So the whole beat together, this is what you get.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Dime cómo están. Yo ni soy de aquí ni soy de allá. Hola, ¿qué tal? Dime cómo están. Yo sí soy de aquí y soy de allá. Una horchata y dos de lengua. Una horchata y dos de lengua.
As soon as I heard it, I knew that this is like a banger. You know what I'm saying? It had all the right components to it, all the right elements that I felt like made it a hit, you know? I create with my soul. It's one of those things where I try to make sure every sound, every instrument, every EQ creates like emotion, you know what I'm saying? Something that I feel is gonna touch people. It's just one of those things that I want people, when they hear it, when I press play, they can't help but go like, yo, that's sick, or like, yo, that dude's sick with it.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Dime cómo están. Yo ni soy de aquí ni soy de allá.